How do folks? How you doing? Just a quick one. I thought today we're going to do a bit of basics, because there are a lot of folks that I'm talking to recently who are just coming into this and I've also got a few mates that have never really been into any of what I've been into, and a couple of good ones in particular that are suddenly just realising the importance of it. And what I'm seeing happening, these that are just waking up to it, as I did and as any one of you did, nobody's doing anything wrong, it is what it is, but there's a lot of videos out there that are bullshit, distraction and just shit to run you around in circles. And a lot of folks are sending me a lot of stuff, and I do periodically come on here and ask for folks not to send me videos, because you can't imagine how many I get a day. It's absolutely impossible. So I can't watch them, because if I do watch them, I could watch an hour of your video. I know it's bollocks and you're asking me what I think to it. I've got to watch it to give you an opinion, and I know it's crap before I look at it. So a lot of the time I think it comes off a bit shitty when people send things to me and I say I'm not watching the shit. But unfortunately I genuinely don't have time to watch other people's videos, what they're being woken up to. I do try and show you what's what as it is, but there is a lot of stuff out there for you to watch. So, and I do say to folks, watch everything, take things in, but don't listen to the shite. But politics, I would say to everybody, don't watch, don't engage with, don't even fucking listen to it. You don't need to know what's happening in politics at all. Tier fucking 1, 2, 3, I have no fucking clue what this is, what I am, where I am now, what that would be. I don't care, it don't matter to me. It's fake, it's a fiction, everything's a fiction, and the government is a fiction. I think the very first video I made on this channel is what is the government. And for those that think there's just I think I got told the other day 8 videos people believe I've got, or I think that's all it shows you unless you click videos. I think this one's about number 83 or 4 on this channel. I did lose over 100 on the last channel, but anyway, back to basics. The Cestui Que Vie, Cestui Que, many names for it. It's a sitters trust. Now this is all that's going on in the world, like it or not. This is all that's going on in the world. So while you're all wrapped up with your politics and whatever angles you're wrapped up with, you are missing the point. But the whole idea of the truth movement is for you to do that. So don't be disheartened, just correct your path, as I say. So you are born into this world, and you're not born at 0. When you come out of the womb, that isn't when your life began, is it? Your life began within the womb. But the only dates we're here is the day you're born, and that's how old you are, and that's official. And then your parents go and sorry, I'm just getting through it. Your parents go and sign you away. They register you, not unlike some of these groups would like you to do. But as they register you, they're creating a trust. They're actually giving you away. They're becoming trustee. The government is becoming beneficiary. Now, I should actually jump backwards a little bit. Sorry to do this. I should have started with the hospital. When you actually are born, the hospital do your live born certificate. They take a footprint of you. This is proving your life. This is your life, but that one's taken away. It's usually put in your mother's records, and it disappears into the world. Nobody I know has managed to retrieve it, although I do know a couple of lucky souls who have got it in the first place. But however, it's not so important in the scheme of things as we thought. It was a bit of a red herring. But at the time they do this, they prick your foot, and that's the blue blood test. Now, there's many speculations to what it is, but the reality of what it is, it's the blue bloods looking for the blue bloods. As you can imagine, these elites wangle their way into our gene pool through obvious methods, and they don't want their genes mingling with ours. So the blue blood test is to find those children. Now my speculation is they're the ones that go missing every year. A lot of children go missing, a lot of speculation into that. What happens to them, I'm sure they're not treated well, whether they survive, whether they get put into our McDonald's, I don't know. But that's my speculation. I truly believe, after what I've searched, I can't prove that, but that's what truth I've come to. That's the blue blood test. So anyway, then you're born. Your parents go and register you, give you away, create the trust, the bond. So they've got 7 years from that point to prove life. They don't do that because we don't know. Fast forwarding now, 15 years and 5 months, your national insurance number is created or generated and sent to you. At that point, your birth certificate is floated on the stock market. It's floated against the projected production of you. And that's not how much work and how much taxes you're going to pay. You're going to be signing all sorts of things throughout your life, and every signature becomes a monetized instrument. That's where the money comes from. When you get nicked, you go into the cells, the police are making from you Cestui Que Vie. You go into court, the prosecutor and the judge and the court itself all make from the Cestui Que Vie. You get a little fine just to show that that's what it was really about, and to take the money from the people. So this bond is floating on the stock market. Now, it used to be very easy to find. Fidelity.com, you just put in the little red number off your birth certificate, bang, you'd come up with your bond, you'd find your exact value. There are multiple accounts. You can find the proper ones, you can find the fake ones that are there to distract and for others to find. I've personally found one of over 10 billion for me, and I presume it's only on age because they've got fuck all from me. I've been out of the system throughout the entire fucking life. My parents registered me, I went to school, I did that bit, and then burst into the fucking world. Fuck you, I'm my own man. But I did do a little bit in the start. I was daft enough to sign up for the army, and I came out of there and trained to be a mechanic. And after that, that was it. I was done. Came out of the system. And I presume the way I came out, I just stopped contacting them, they stopped contacting me, I moved on, blah blah blah, and nobody ever had contact with anybody again. So it all just went away. I presume they just realised they've got to forget about you. But back to your Cestui Que Vie. This is there to settle your life. In 1666, while the fires of London was burning, Parliament was in session, and they was bringing in the 1666 Cestui Que Vie Act, Cestui Que Act, or what, like I say, whatever you want to call it. It is there to settle your life. Now, false flag, fire of London, because bear in mind it's burning, they're in session, bringing an act in that's already been created and all ready to go, that is solely there because we don't know who's alive after this great fire of London in the entirety of fucking England. So, as they do, and as the people do, you know, as the government say it, so we've got to do it. But, as it happened, they did one thing which they're going to do again shortly, but not to this degree, which captures everybody, because everybody's a greedy slug. They put out a chest of gold and 5 parcels of land to anybody that came forward and signed that there was alive. This is settling your life. And this will explain to you why they took it away eventually, because it was always there as a sweetener, just like the one that you're going to get is there as a sweetener. So folks came forward, they took the chest of gold and their 5 parcels of land to settle their life. They're never working for now, they're always working for later. Always for later. So back then they didn't give a shit about giving some money away to some folks then, because it's about the next generations, because eventually the the chest of gold disappears. And that came to you at 21 years of age, when you came of age. Now, what you get now is a silver key on your birthday card at 21. Your parents, as trustees, give you the key. They have to. So they've indoctrinated everybody into giving these cards with a silver key, or the actual little plastic key. But that signifies your chest of gold. That signifies what's there to settle your life. That's your Cestui Que Vie being given to you. But reality, it was supposed to be handed over to you at 21. Now there's many folks out there trying to get this money, including some of them trying to get you to sign it over to them. Now imagine if mine, I'm 51 years old, if mine was over 10 billion a couple of years ago, you can pretty much say, and I haven't gone through my life signing fucking signatures, and so I'm presuming it's all on projection, so you're just getting sold en masse. I know, I believe China still own the rights to the birth certificates that are being floated on the stock market at the minute for the corporate United Kingdom. Whether they've moved on, I don't know, because I don't follow it. It's just there was a period of my awakening when I was researching very deep into it. But the reality is, it was supposed to be yours, and folks are signing it over to other folks, just being conned basically and falling into shit. If any group have got fucking masses and masses of members and viewers and followers, you don't want to be following the processes ever. The algorithms will never allow anybody that tells the truth to get anywhere. They just won't. It just doesn't happen. And I'm talking as a guy who's had fucking things just shut down, no fucking warnings at randoms all the time. Get to a certain number, I don't know if it is a number, but you get up there, or you'll say the certain thing that's going to grab somebody's attention. I don't know, the algorithms are doing it. We don't need to know why and how they do it, we just need to know that they do it. But that's your very indication of whether somebody's leading you into the truth. And at the minute, there's a lot of folks, like I say, there's a lot of folks that are waking up, but unfortunately there's so much shit out there, they can't do anything but wake up into the wrong realms. They just cannot. There's very few people that have woke up properly. I know of one who woke up, and luckily as she was waking up, she found me, and all I did is just directed her a little bit at the start, and off she's gone with her own due diligence. Very clever woman, I'm sure she knows what I'm talking about on here. And she's waking up properly, doesn't know all the holes to go down yet, and doesn't want to go down all the holes, which is probably one of the cleverest things I've heard from somebody who's got a bit of wisdom, but is waking up just right, at the right pace for her intelligence, and in the right way. So one, and everybody else, including myself, has to go down years and years of bullshit, going through these, sifting through crap, believing crap, falling for crap, spending ages with that crap, before you burst through the other side and realise it's all fake, it's all theatre, and it's all there for your distraction. It's there to capture you in that cycle, so it traps you in, especially when it's about the government. That's a sinkhole, that's spiralling downwards, and you can't get back out of it, because they've always got the next spectacular thing for you to talk about. My mate yesterday was talking about, did you see him when they was talking in Parliament about the old lady that thrown into the back of the van? You mean the crisis actor that was thrown in the back of the van for your theatre, for your perception? And then you get an MP talking to an empty house about it, and people say it's gone in Parliament. No, it hasn't. Parliament wasn't in session. They was just using that building. Just a few folks. I actually looked at the clip just to confirm what I said to him was right. Yeah, about 3 or 4 in there. Just 3 or 4. They're using the building in just the same way as councils use courtrooms for council tax, and it isn't a court. But they do that, televise it, put it on there, and yes, it was inside the Parliament building, and the entire fucking world, because this is not just the country looking at that one, the entire world gets to freak out about how bad the police are treating the people. Go out there on the street and actually look a copper in the face and see if he treats you like that, because I guarantee he won't. And I'm not talking about these fake protests when they go down there and they set it all up for the coppers to do this, that and the other. To some unwitting folks maybe, but it's organised to do such. You go out in the street, find a copper, you don't have to give him joinder to not be disrespectful. You can explain to him why you're not giving him joinder, and you can be quite respectful about it and keep you cool and keep you calm. And I guarantee you, he's not going to use violence against you. I guarantee you. You're all falling for the false flags all the time. You're falling for the bits they want you to fall for. They're trying to make you afraid of them, but at the same time, they're bringing down the government. The government must fall. It must fall, as all governments that have been working under the International Monetary Fund, New World Order, must fall. Not to destroy the New World Order, to bring it in. It's the final play. The governments for the final play have to fall. You have to believe you have won, because you have to cheer in the New World Order, and you have to give it consent for what they're going to do for the rest of eternity. I've been saying it all along. Look back through them 80 plus videos. I've been saying it all along. Not all my videos have been discussing law or the way it is. A lot of it have been calling out the fucking idiots. Because there's a lot of idiots out there perpetuating shite for you to fall into. And they do know better. Maybe they paid. Maybe they just got down that route and found out that gets more viewers. There's a lot of like-alls out there. But the government, they're nothing. They're fictitious. They're absolutely fictitious. Watch my first video on this channel. They're nothing at all. The New World Order is fictitious. It's real as in the people, and I will quote it a load of times, but it's all fictions. It's all fictions. Nothing is real until we make it real. We have to make it real. We do everything. We are the beneficiary. We're the chief executor when put in that position. We're being treated as trustees, and they have to treat us as trustees to make us think that we're trustees. So if people know that they're the beneficiary, not the trustee, they stand up. The Cestui Que Vie is the only thing going on. I said this right from the start. It's the only thing that's going on. Trusts and commerce. They're doing business. They're conducting business with your trust. They want your money. You're giving it to them. So folks, there you go. Your Cestui Que Vie. There's much more to it. I've left loads out, I've jumped loads, but if I went all into it, folks are going to be scratching their arses going, I didn't get any of that. And the fact is, I want to be as basic as possible so you folks can realise there is a trust at play, and that is the only thing that's going on. Every signature you ever give attaches to that trust. It monetizes the instrument. Folks get paid constantly. Every signature you write is a contract against that trust. Every single signature, every contract, everything you ever do, every bill you pay is getting paid by that Cestui Que Vie, and you're giving double time. You're paying. That was there to settle your life. It does. They all attach to it. Your electric company, the reason your fucking paper bill looks like a check is because it is a check. It's sent to you for your Cestui Que Vie. It's supposed to be for you to reimburse you what you're about to pay. That's how the scam was given in the first place. You have to pay the bill, they send you the money for it. Just commerce. But you sign it over thinking it's a paying in slip or something. It's not, it's a check. You sign it over to them, they cash it, and you pay them. You need to wake up to a lot of things, folks. There's a lot of things going on. The only thing really is that trust and commerce with it. So Don't get lost in your politics. Don't get lost in your fictions or your tears. What tears? I hate the way that the government can just come out with a new fucking power word and the entire fucking government, the people just suck it up. They fucking embody it, don't they? Oh, come here. I'm in a tier. Oh, I'm in a better tier than you. I'm in a worse tier. They've put me in tier 3. I wouldn't even know what one of them tiers mean. All I know about the tiers is you're crying, the cunts. They take the piss out of you with the words. They're giving you your tears. And the best bit is they're a fiction with no authority other than which you give them. You're giving them the authority to do this to you over a pandemic that clearly most of the world still believes it's still there. Most of the world believe there actually is a virus, while nobody is dropping down dead as they've shown you, boink, in China. Nobody's going on ventilators, and you got these idiots now go, oh, I had it, I'm first-hand knowledge, I had it myself. How do you know? Doctor told me. Those same doctors have been writing fucking COVID on death certificates from months and months and months before they even came out and said that they had a test. You know, in the time when they said there is no test, we're trying to create a test, we're making a test, and then all of a sudden, yes, we've developed a test, it's called PCR. Oh, is that the same PCR that they used on AIDS? That Carrie Mullis, the inventor of this PCR test, said that it could not possibly ever be used to fucking detect a virus, and they were lying when they said it was finding AIDS back then, who mysteriously died just before COVID now, this time. Sure they knew he was going to speak out again. Anyway, folks, it was about your Cestui Que Vie. So that's just what I wanted to chuck out there. I want folks to wake up properly, but unfortunately I can't do it. I can wake up those that pay attention, but I can't outdo the hundreds and thousands of videos. I myself have spent thousands and thousands and thousands of hours watching shite. Maybe it's something we'll have to go through until we come out the other side and just go, oh, fucking hell, all them hours. Think of what I could have learned if I'd have stayed on the right tracks. But maybe we do have to come out the other side of it to realise and learn how to spot the bullshit. The best minds in the world have got unlimited money, or are being paid unlimited money to work out how to fool us and to keep us in this fucking bubble. Another power word for you there that everybody took on, isn't it? Anyway, folks, Cestui Que Vie for dummies. Have a good one. Ta-da.